What's good, guys? It's Ball Up. It's the last day of 2024, and I honestly just wanted to come up here and just talk about locking in for 2025. Because honestly, I know a lot of us have had a lot of, we had our ups and downs for 2024, but that doesn't mean 2025 can't be better. And there's been a lot on my mind on how I could, uh, switch it up for 2025, make sure I reach my goals, and just get closer to achieving them. And that's honestly just what I wanted to talk about today. So this is how we are gonna reach our goals for 2025. The first one is being bored, and honestly, well, the first thing is being okay with being bored. And this one is so important to me because I feel like we have all been hijacked by our phones. And what I mean by that is, we are people that are constantly on our phones. We're constantly checking social media, constantly on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is. And it's gotten to the point where, we can't wait. We can't wait on a line, for Dunkin' Donuts, for example, without checking our phone. We can't be on a train ride on the MTA without watching a video or listening to music or just, trying to keep refreshing until the service gets back on after you get out of the tunnel. Like, don't you think there's a lot more, life that we could be experiencing outside of our phone? Well, that's how I feel, and like, it's honestly gotten to the point where, you know, towards the end of 2024, I started getting off my phone, like, simply when I was just off, on the train. And I want you to think about it, like, I would be off my phone, and instead of just, constantly listening to music or trying to refresh or checking Instagram or whatever, I would just be looking around on the train and just being like, oh, I wonder where these people are going. I wonder who made this, this advertisement for the poster. I wonder who decided to make it green, make it red. I wonder who made all these MTA posters and, how they made it. I honestly just started asking myself a lot of silly questions. But honestly, those silly questions are how, I think we're wired to be creative. Because at that point, we're, just asking a lot of different questions about the world rather than just being on autopilot. And that's my number one thing. I feel like if I'm home and instead of, being on my phone, just laying down, if I didn't have my phone, what would I be doing? And if I answered that question, I would honestly be like, oh, I would probably go to, the bookshelves that I have in my living room and just like look for a book and like, I would see physics, for example, and a physics textbook, and I'd just be like, oh, honestly, like, let me just read a page or something out of curiosity. I know for a fact before, phones were even like this addicting, we would be in the bathroom and we would be taking a number two and we wouldn't have anything to entertain us. But the only thing that we would do is if you had magazines, you would take the magazine in front of you. Or if you had like shampoo there, for example, you would start reading the ingredients. So, I don't know if that was just me, but like that just shows like without our phones, we start being so curious. We start being so like we want to, just pass the time by doing other things that are not online. So I feel like if we could bring that into 2025 and just start being okay with being bored, start being okay with, not picking up your phone whenever you get bored and understanding that, the dopamine that we're supposed to get from achieving something that we worked for is, something that we could just instantly get from our phones. If we can stop that, just imagine, how great you could be. Because then you could start using that for your goals. Instead of waking up and, checking your phone, for example, and seeing what's happening. You could get up with a clear mind and just, be in your head and just be like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do today. You wouldn't be distracted by your phone. You wouldn't be, trying to fulfill the boredom, I guess, from waking up. You'd wake up, probably go to the gym or go to work, get ready or whatever, not waste time. You can go outside, look at the sky, look at the trees. I'm in New York, but still, like, look at the architecture, look at the buildings, and just start asking yourself questions. I wonder how this works. I wonder who made this. I wonder whatever. And that's just how we could be creative in 2025. And then once you start asking those questions and once you start answering them in some shape or form, maybe you could add that creativity to whatever you're doing. So, yeah, being bored is something that I want to be doing in 2025, and I feel like there's a lot more I can learn. There's a lot more books that I can read. There's a lot more things that I can pay attention to, as long as I understand that my phone is just a tool. It's a tool for me to call people, message people, maybe for work, but it's not, or it shouldn't be something that I go to for instant gratification. So yeah, be bored in 2025. Lock in. I also have a good New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. You'll see more videos from me soon. And, just start off the year strong. That's the best you can do for yourself. Ayo, safety.